Hello everybody, it's Foxy speaking, and welcome to another episode of Foxy's Fun Inspirational Chats, and today I will be your host. And in this episode of Foxy's Fun Inspirational Chats, this is an episode about a little girl. This little girl was no ordinary little girl. This was a special little girl. She was brightly intelligent and was known to impress her school greatly. Living in a little village with her two parents and her older brother, the little girl had very big dreams. Even her parents had big dreams of her. Her parents were the sort of parents who encouraged her children, alongside the little girl, to dream big, but just be careful, and did also give a few reminders about how rough the world could really be at times, or in certain parts of it, let alone dangerous cities at times and all the rest of it. But she was certainly no ordinary girl. She was a special girl. This girl's name was Jodie, and had a brother, Nicholas. One day, as it was the school holidays and little girl Jodie had no school, she and her older big brother decided to go out and meet some friends. Even though brothers and sisters can have a big sibling rivalry together and sometimes not always get on, they have a very close sibling relationship. Both Nicholas and Jodie do. Oh, wake up, Nicholas, wake up, Jodie said, jumping on her brother's bed and trying to push him with her hands to wake him up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, she said as an excited Labrador. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Nicholas, very, very sleepily and slowly opening his eyes, only to see his daughter looking like an excited Labrador dog, and for just nothing but full of energy. Sorry, so he slowly woke up and was like, "Oh, Jodie," Nicholas said, "it's far too early. Even our parents are asleep. It's about 5 this time." And then he moved his hand to his clock and looked at the clock and was like, "It's 6:30 in the morning," Nicholas said, while showing the clock to his excitable sister. I said we would not go far too early in the morning. Oh, I need to sleep for a little longer." After releasing a loudly large yawn, Nicholas sleepily fell back to sleep. But Jodie was too excited to listen to her brother, so instead she ran as fast as she could into the kitchen, went into the freezer, and took out some ice cubes. Then she found a little orange bucket which she'd used to go to the beach with, to put a bucket and spade in. But she didn't put the spade in. She put the bucket on the counter, in the sink. She put the bucket in the sink, turned the cold water on, and put the ice in it. She waited for a little moment until the water was fairly freezing. So she picked up the bucket and then walked holding the bucket of cold water with ice cubes in it, and took it to her brother's room. She carefully pulled her brother's duvet covers off of him, but her brother didn't know since he was fast asleep. And so she picked up the water bucket filled with ice in it, so it was freezing cold, and with a careful aim, she chucked the bucket and the cold water and the ice went flying into the air and splashed all over Nicholas. Nicholas woke up in a terrible shock. "What on earth is going on?" he said, as he woke up almost shivering and trying to wipe off the ice off of him and the cold water. Nicholas was cold and soaking wet. He heard a cheeky laugh. It was his sister, Jody. "Jody," Nicholas said crossly, "I was having a very nice peaceful sleep, but now you've woken me up, freezing cold water and ice." Jody didn't pay much attention to her brother's cross attitude. She was just too busy laughing. "This is not funny, Jody," Nicholas said crossly. "This is really a nasty trick. One day you're going to get into trouble." But Jody didn't seem to pay much attention to what her brother was saying. She was too busy laughing at what she'd done. Before long it was breakfast time, and Jody and Nicholas had their nice favourite breakfast of toast and marmalade before going out to meet their friends later on. "Now, Nicholas," said Nicholas and Jody's mother, "please be careful, you two, and keep Jody safe," said Nicholas's mother. "Don't worry, Mum," Nicholas said. "I will be very careful, and I will definitely be keeping an eye on cheeky little Jody." And Jody ended up laughing. Their mother was about to be cross with Nicholas, but then she could see Nicholas's point. "Jody," Nicholas's mother said, looking towards Jody, "did you do anything naughty this morning?" But Jody, hardly paying any attention to what hers and to what her mother was saying to her, Nicholas said, "Jody poured a bucket of cold water all over me with ice cubes in it, and she finds it extremely funny, and I found it as a nasty trick." "Right, Jody," their mother said, "if you do any trick like that again, you will be in serious trouble. It's not a nice trick, waking someone up very, very early by gushing cold water all over them. It's not fair and it's not nice. Say sorry to your brother." This time Jody stopped laughing and could see she was now in trouble. "I'm sorry, Nicholas," she said, and then she gave him a big hug and kissed him on the cheek. "I'm sorry, my big brother." It's okay, Jody," Nicholas said. "Apology accepted." So later on they went out. They went out to the park, not too far from their house. There Nicholas saw his friends. Well, it was Nicholas and Jody's friends, quite frankly. They all happily greeted each other, and they all happily greeted Jody. Since Jody was an intelligent little girl, despite being very cheeky at times, she seemed to impress their friends extremely well. And also, their friends seemed very entertained by Jody herself. So, yes, all the friends had a lot of fun together, especially Jody. All of them were having so much fun until meow, meow, they heard a meow. They suddenly saw a stray cat. The stray cat was a big black and white cat who came running over to them. "Hello, Puddy Cat," "Hello, pussycat," Jody said. "Meow, meow," said the pussycat, and then leaned its head towards Jody's leg and laid across her. Jody began to stroke the cat, and it was just purring and purring. "Oh, I think the cat's lost." The cat luckily had a collar, and she looked at the cat's name on the collar. "Tony? Hello, Tony." Suddenly, Nicholas and her friends came over to the cat, where Jody was beside. "What's this?" said Jody and Nicholas's friends. "It's only a cat," Nicholas said, responding to their friends, "and I think the cat is lost." All Jody had checked was the cat's name, but Nicholas decided to check on the other side of the cat's name, on the cat's collar. "Ah, the phone number of the owner. It's obvious she's gone missing." So, taking the cat with them, they rushed to the nearest phone box. Nicholas put some money into the phone machine and put in the phone number and tapped in the phone number and rang the number. "Hello, who is this?" said the person on the phone. "Oh, hello, it's Nicholas. We found your cat, Tony, suddenly wandering off in the park." The owner on the phone was surprised. "Tony's in the park?" the cat owner said. "Oh, and Tony's been gone for over a day now. I was beginning to think he was a lost cat. Oh, thank goodness you found me. I've rung the police to try and find him, and the police are looking for Tony." "Oh, are the police looking? Oh, okay," Nicholas said when speaking to Tony's owner on the phone. "It was really my sister who found your cat Tony, but I thought I'd ring you because Tony's safe in my sister Jody's hands." "Oh, that's brilliant," the owner said Tony's owner. "Well, if you see a policeman looking around and see any policemen, ask them if they're looking for Tony the cat." "I will do," said Nicholas. "I definitely will. Goodbye." "Goodbye," said Tony's owner. Once they ended the telephone call, Jody spotted a large policeman walking around in the park. So Jody and Nicholas ran over to the park. "Oh, hello, children," said the policeman. What's going on here, and what are you doing with this cat?" This officer, Nicholas said, "is Tony the cat." "It's Inspector, by the way, young man," said the policeman, but this cat, what's the cat's name?" The cat's name is Tony," said Nicholas. "And are you looking for Tony? Because the owner said he's a lost cat and he's been missing from her house for over a day." "Tony is the cat I'm looking for, young man," the police inspector said. "But well done. I was looking exactly for that cat. So please pass over the cat to me, and you three, please come with me, because we're gonna tell the owner that you three have successfully found a lost cat." So, walking along with the police inspector, the four people walked towards the police car to drive Tony the cat back to his owner. They arrived at Tony's residence, and since Tony's owner saw a police car with flashing lights, the owner walked out of her front door, and there the inspector greeted her. "Ah, Mrs. Higgins," the policeman said. Hello. And just to let you know, these three remarkable children here have found your cat." Passing in Jodie's hands, Jodie passed Tony the cat, over to Mrs. Higgins, Tony's owner. "Oh, Tony! Oh, Tony!" Mrs. Higgins said in tears and welling upward tears. "I thought you were going to be lost for so long. Oh, you're so safe," she said, giving him a big hug. "I suppose you've learned your lesson now, Tony," said Mrs. Higgins, "for running off far beyond our reach." Tony groaned. Even though he was a cat, he could understand that he'd frightened his owner, and was going to try and learn the lesson of not running too far away beyond his owner's reach. That was the lesson Tony the cat himself was going to try and install in himself, not to run away beyond his owner's reach. "Oh, thank you, children, thank you, Inspector, for finding Tony the cat. It's most wonderful. Thank you, you three, thank you." "Oh, you're welcome," said the children. "Oh, it's quite a pleasure indeed," said the inspector. "Now, children, you three need to go back home to your parents. It's almost evening, and it's nearly time for your supper, I believe." "It very much is," said Nicholas. "We'll walk back home." I think it'd be more appropriate if I drive you home," said the inspector, "and tell your parents what you did was wonderful." "But our friend here, he doesn't live in the same house," said. "Well, we'll drop you home individually, and I'll talk to either your individual parents." So once their friend was dropped home by the police, luckily the police inspector reassured his parents that he had not done anything illegal and had actually done something helpful, and that he should be rewarded for it. Nicholas and Jodie's friends' parents were impressed. They waved their goodbyes, and then the police dropped Nicholas and Jodie back home to their residence. There at the front door, standing in front of the police inspector, Nicholas and Jodie's mother opened the front door and said, "What? Oh, my goodness," she said. "There's a policeman? Jodie, Nicholas, what have you two done?" she asked. "It's all right, madam," said the police inspector. "Your two children here helped find a lost cat for an owner, and your children, I believe, deserve a special reward." "Oh, well done, children," said Nicholas and Jodie's mother, this time now very happy and no longer cross with them. "Yes, my children deserve a very special reward, especially Jodie, as she is our intelligent daughter." "I have to say she's the most intelligent sister I have," Nicholas said. "She was the one who found Tony the cat and gave it to Mrs. Higgins, Tony's owner." "I don't know Mrs. Higgins," said Nicholas and Jodie's mother, "but well done. I think Mrs. Higgins should be proud of you." "Oh, she very much is," said the inspector, "and I, on behalf of you, madam, am very proud of your children. Now, if you excuse me, I sadly have to return to duty." "Thank you very much, Constable," said. "Oh, thank you very much, Inspector," said Jodie. "Goodbye, miss." "Goodbye, children. Have a wonderful weekend." And the inspector turned his shoe heel and respectfully walked away, waving and smiling at the two children and their mother. Jodie, who may be an intelligent little girl or may be cheeky, is now a wise and intelligent little girl and will grow up to be a wise woman, an especially intelligent and wise lady. The end. Well, thank you all indeed for watching this special episode, everybody, of the Foxy's Fun Inspirational Chats. Please let me know what your thoughts were in the comments down below. Thanks ever so much indeed for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the next episode. Ta-ta, another time. From Foxy.